Well, Geerup, I got some good news and I got some bad news for you. The good news is that at least I will not be calling you the poster boy for Creation Stupidity #2 or PCS2. The bad news is that I will, from now on, call you the poster boy for Conspiracy Theory Stupidity, or PCTS. Now, here's why. You have 4 examples of conspiracies you want to give us. 3 about the Twin Towers, 1 about Barack Obama. Let's go from the beginning. First, the explosions. There were none. There didn't need to be any. You know why? Because the fires ranged at 1,800 degrees, and steel loses 50% of its strength at 1,100 degrees. Plus, all the damage from a couple of planes flying through those things at the speed of a .45 caliber gun, gutting it out already pretty effectively. And what do you have? You have 2 collapsed buildings. Also, that picture that's proving that thermite was used in there, bullocks. Thermite was not used, and those pictures are not proof of it. Those pictures were taken during the cleanup after people used cutters to cut the steel. Number 3, about Building 7's collapse. The damage from the collapse of the first two towers took out quite a bit of structural integrity from Building 7. Also, the fire spread from that building because, you know, there was contact from, I don't know, fiery material that started fires in Building 7, and they also ignited the diesel generators in there, and there were a few of them. What that did was, well, that kind of doomed Building 7. Now, your last one about Barack Obama not wanting to give his birth certificate is about the dumbest thing you have ever said in your life. Go over there, Snopes.com, #1 debunker on the internet, shoots you down. As though anyone couldn't. So, you know, then you go on and you start saying that we just like to we watch our news and just believe it entirely. Well, I know for certain there are 2 things you do not trust in this world. 1 are politicians, and 2 is the media. Those are 2 things you absolutely, positively do not trust. However, what are your sources? Right now they're looking like the Bible and Alex Jones, and those are 2 fantastic fountains of disinformation. But, you know, you have a very telling argument or telling statement, 2 of them, as a matter of fact, in your video. The first one was about the spread of secularism and how this contributed to 9/11. It was religious fanaticism that led to 9/11. 9/11 was not started in Washington, D.C. by a bunch of secularists. 9/11 was started by radical members of Islam in Saudi Arabia. And to say otherwise is to disgrace every man, woman, and child who died in those attacks. And quite frankly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, the second thing is you start going after the bankers. You didn't complete the statement. And you did that strategically. What you wanted to say, what you wish you could say, was a statement of Jewish bankers. Don't tell me you didn't. Every single 9/11 nutjob and person who believes in the Illuminati blames Jewish bankers. There's a Jewish connection. You, sir, are nothing more than an anti-semite. You, sir, are a piece of scum. And that really makes me sick.